What's going on, guys? It's Rick Arter here. This video is going to be about something that I've had in my mind for quite a while. I just never really had the time to get the parts together and kind of put some more build, ideas together and kind of write some stuff down, give myself a direction to go to. But I've always had this interest in oil field trucks, fracking type trucks, stuff like that. I just think they look really cool. And especially like the Kenworth 953 style trucks. They have the big tires on them, 6x6 and everything like that, really heavy duty looking stuff. So I decided I want to kind of replicate one of those. Not so much any particular one, because I don't have a lot of time and money to put into making everything look particularly correct, but I just want to build one kind of that would be made for that kind of thing. So I want to do like a 4x4 or 6x6 type of setup, probably just four-wheel drive. And I've got some parts here on the left you can see from the USA1 monster truck kit. And the wheels and tires are a little bit larger, but being that it's going to be on this big rig style chassis, I don't think they'll look too out of scale. And basically this truck is going to be built to do whatever it's going to be. Here I can actually show you. Made myself a little list here, and this is kind of what it's based on here, the 953 Oshkosh or Burley T100 series trucks. And I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, whether it's service truck or heavy transport or something like that. And the suspension, larger tires, built off a AMT semi-truck chassis. And then, you can see you get the USA1 monster truck parts. Not sure if I'm gonna use that. And it's gonna be built like a truck that's out in the field. It's gonna be dirty, muddy, so the painting will be a little bit easier. The weathering's gonna be a lot harder, but the painting won't have to be perfect because it's all gonna be covered in dirt and grime, and give it a really well used look. Some scrapes and scratches around the edges and stuff like that. So that's just kind of the idea and plans that I have. But I was thinking using the Titan 90, but I think I might not use that. I'm going to look through some of my other kits. It's a continuation video from what you saw before, where I was talking about building the oil-filled rig truck, whether it be service truck or haul truck, fuel truck, whatever it's going to be. I haven't fully decided yet. But this will be the kit that I'm going to use, at least right now. I'm going to open it up here and start messing with it. But it's the Diamond Reo, really detailed kit, and it's got the turbocharged Cummins diesel, which should fit the build perfectly. And it's the NTC 350, which I believe is a 350 horsepower engine. Should be plenty for a vehicle of this type. Some other stuff, but yeah. Really detailed kit, and it is going to be built without the sleeper because I need as much room on the frame as possible. The instructions here I can show you guys real quick. That'll give you an idea of the level of detail. And I decided I'm probably going to use the stock suspension more than likely, and I'll convert it to a single axle in the rear, and then I'll just use the larger tires because I don't want it to sit real high off the ground, but I want it to have enough off-road capability, per se, in a one-to-one environment. But yeah, it's a really good kit. I've already kind of gotten into this one a little bit and looked at some of the stuff. It's your frame rails, nice and long. You mock it up here. Cab will sit somewhere in this area, so I have all that frame right there for. And I'll set the axle pretty far back, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, they have all kinds of parts in these kits, and interior tub's really nice. All the wheels, metal axles for the back. So yeah, so just an introduction video to this project. I'm going to do some mocking up, and I have a few other kits I could probably throw some parts in if I really need to. Kind of wanted to add a bed onto the back of it, maybe, if I do it as a haul type truck. No sleeper, obviously. and I think you can run it as single or dual exhaust, or actually maybe it's just single exhaust. Either way, I'd rather do it just a single exhaust. I don't want it to look all fancy, just a standard work truck, you know, for the oil field. Basically what I do when I start a project, especially if it's going to be a scratch building project or a kit bash project where I'm going to use parts from other kits, or I'm not going to use, you know, some of the parts that are actually in the kit, I want to go through and kind of break down the trees and get some of my sub-assemblies put together, and I want to get rid of any of the parts that I don't need, get those out of my work area, put those back in the box, and then just kind of get that stuff out of the way. And I usually will take one of these. I have it a couple down here. I'll see, I have to find another one, but I basically take one of these kind of boxes, especially on a project of this scale, it'll definitely help, and put all the parts I'm going to use inside one of these boxes, and I can just put that to the side, open it up, whatever I need, instead of having all this extra stuff around that I don't need. I have good examples of the things that I'm going to get rid of that I don't need to worry about. The sleeper right here, I don't need any of these parts, but I will use this for another project, so that can go back in the box. I also have a bunch of parts here that I won't be using, or at least not going to be using for a long time, I should say, until the very end of the build, like the clear parts, decals, tires obviously probably aren't going to be using for the kit, and I'll be using those for something else. So that's all that stuff I won't have to worry about. The chrome tree I am going to put in here because I'm thinking about dechroming the grill and painting it body color, and maybe paint them black. I don't know, but it's nice chrome parts here. There's even some more. I just realized that there's more on the back. So those are going to go in the currently using pile, and most of these other parts here I'll have to go through and pick out a few things, but most of this stuff will go into the bin. Nice fenders, really nice separately molded transmission, your Cummins engine assembly, really detailed parts, and you guys will see a lot more of those in future videos. Yeah, so my whole idea here is just kind of build up the chassis, and oh no, non-plated fuel tanks, thank God. Not going to have a lot of chrome on this. Yeah, I think once I get the chassis kind of built up and I do a rough mock-up, I think I'll get the idea of what this is going to be built in. I'm just wanting to see what my room on the chassis rails are going to be as far as how much I have, and then I want to mock up this suspension here. Check how my fitment and stuff is, and I don't think I talked about these here. I might use these. There's some suspension parts, possible tires and wheels. Kind of want to do something a little bit smaller, but these will work for now, I guess. So that's that. I also am thinking possibly about just going all out and using this Italeri winch here, which if I do that, I'll probably do a separate video of just building this and putting it together and detailing it for anybody who's interested. And I'll link the two videos probably together so you guys will know what it goes to. Yeah, that might be sweet. I'll check out if there's any other parts I could use in here, but probably not. They're more European style. Yeah, here you go. It's all molded in yellow, which I guess I could leave it that color, or I guess I could paint it either way. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not even sure what color the truck itself is going to be. Like I said, it's going to be all dirty and everything, so we might just leave it yellow, have it be just whatever the company would be that built it, and they strapped it on there and brought it out to the field. Okay, so that's just a quick look at what's ahead. Going to be building this frame, so I guess I'll end this video here and I'll get to working on this. Once I get enough progress, decent mock-up for you guys, I will definitely make a video. And I think what I'm going to use is this Plastruck plastic weld here instead of just the Tamiya cement. Should be a little bit stronger, give a better bond so stuff doesn't fall apart. So we'll see how this goes. Shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully if I can get everything all squared up and put together, I'll just rubber band it all together, and well, I don't know how I'm going to do it, I'll figure it out, but alright guys, You guys have a good one. Comment, rate, subscribe. See you in the next video.